Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here to do your What's Cracking reading. Firstly, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I can do this full time because of you, so I want to say a huge thank you. Again, don't have too much to talk about at the moment. I know there'll be plenty coming up. There's lots of things in the making, as I always say. I'm not sure if I'm going to be going live tomorrow with YouTube, so it may be a late run for that tomorrow. I've had all sorts of things going on in my family. I've got people moving, grandchildren sick, grandchildren being born, so it's been very hectic to keep the normal routine. So it's possible, but I'll post tomorrow if I'm not going to be up tomorrow at 12 o'clock. I also just want to remind you now, if you want to book a reading with me, you can do that via my website at www.theaussiegoddess.com. There is a booking calendar there, so you can do it all by yourself, pick your time and everything. The only thing is just be a little cautious about the time won't be in your time, it will be in my time. So what I've been recommending to people, there's a world clock that does time zones, and it's so very easy. You just put in where you are, where I am, Wollongong, New South Wales, or Sydney, New South Wales, and it will give you the time that you need. Sometimes I think it's really overwhelming, sort of wondering how to do that, but it's not really that difficult. The world clock is a very good tool. I use it all the time to book readings overseas. All right, let's see what's going on in the What's Cracking world. We're going to use the Pagan Tarot here this morning. I feel like I need a bit of black tourmaline today. I might pop that here in front of me. All right, and let's see how we go. Okay, so we have the lovely little Page of Pentacles coming through here. And you know I have a little soft spot for this Page of Pentacles. For me, it always sort of makes me feel like the universe is sort of concocting something in your favor. I don't really understand where I've ever got that energy from. It has nothing to do with the card. The Page of Pentacles is a card that talks about communication regarding work, study, something more tangible, money. But every time I get this card in a reading, it's sort of very auspicious for me. It always means something is being planned or being worked on by the universe. And it very often comes, from what I understand, when people have sort of fed back, is that energy of something happening inadvertently, like, you know, a job falling into your lap, or, you know, a person asking you out when you didn't feel that they had any connection to you. But it always sort of, for me, feels like a gift from the universe. So he's taking front seat today, so obviously something special about to happen here. We have the Ten of Pentacles behind him. So the Ten of Pentacles, again, beautiful card. There's money in this card. Ten of Pentacles could mean somehow or another you're getting communication regarding money. This can sometimes be money that's left to you, or surprise money, money you didn't realize you were going to get. Again, see Page of Pentacles energy. But the Ten of Pentacles does talk about abundance, and I don't want to sit just with the financial side of things, because abundance can mean many things. I mean, we can be abundant in love, we can be abundant with happiness. So whatever this is coming to you here, it's huge because it's the 10, it's completion, but it also means something very beautiful is about to come your way. Now you could be dealing with, this is a Knight of Wands energy coming through here, and then we have the World. Okay, all right. What I'm feeling here is that you're at a point in your life, in your existence, in where you are, where the universe is seeing you ready to be able to take you through like the next step, the next phase, something here. And I feel like the universe is sort of saying it's time for you to receive this abundance. It's time for you to receive. Your abundance may be all of a sudden that you get an opportunity to do your own thing. It could mean that you're finally getting the love that you want. It could mean you've got an opportunity coming to you that you never saw, maybe in regards to your art or your creativity, but something is coming in abundance, and I see it coming in a very fast, passionate way here. And it's a completion of something else that's led you to this. Okay, So sort of coming back into this devil energy here. The World card is a card that talks about completion. It talks about finalizing a cycle. When we look at the tarot, there are 21 major arcanas, and it is the last card in that sort of set of cards. And what it really says is that you've learned all your lessons now, and that's what I'm thinking. It's like you've learned everything you need to learn. You're in the place you need to be in, and you're about to sort of find yourself creating with the universe something that you've wanted. When I see the World with the Devil card here, and we have the Victory card behind that, so it's telling a story very, very easily this morning. There is no need for me to dig too deep. There is something that you have completed in terms of a journey that you've been on. Now, for some of you, this may be a lack mentality. It may be that you've come to terms with some fear that you've had of doing something. It's something you've changed very deeply within yourself here that is bringing you into a brand new time. For some of you, it may be completion of some sort of codependency, whatever you've completed here, it's something within you. But for others of you, it may be that you've completed a more toxic or strained relationship where you've sort of kept giving to something that no longer needs you to give to it, and you're walking away. Whatever this is, the universe is saying now that you are free to receive your abundance. You are ready to receive what was meant for you. Something big is coming. Let's dig deep. Oh, and I love it. We get the Ace of Swords straight up. Well, there's no secret here. People say to me all the time, oh, the Ace of Swords, Yvonne, that's your favorite card. It is. Why is it my favorite card? Because I feel that over the years, it has taken a lot of work for me to understand the deeper meaning behind the Ace of Swords. And for me, the tarot deck is like, it's such a deep and meaningful tool for readers to use to bring the messages across. The Ace of Swords talks about a brand new beginning. It talks about having clarity. It talks of, you know, knowing the direction you want to go in. But for me, what it means at a much deeper level is you've understood who you are and you are standing in your truth. This is no shallow thing. This is about understanding yourself at the deepest level, understanding your wounds, acknowledging and working with your wounds, doing your healing. All of those things come to me with the Ace of Swords energy. But it's like taking up that sword and moving into battle now. So, and I don't mean battle in a negative way at all. I mean that going back and facing the world in your own truth, in the person you were meant to be. You've left something behind here with the World card. You've dropped something with that Devil card. You've let go of something that was keeping you chained and locked to a particular way of thinking or doing things. The Devil card is all about you being tied to something that has never served you. So for example, you could have had a really strong addiction to something. Codependency is an addiction to people. It's an addiction to love, to sex, all of those sort of things. So maybe somehow or another you've left the codependency behind, and you've, you know, decided now that you can move forward and you can stand where you need to be. You know how to be assertive. Your throat chakra is open. You're ready to go. This is the sword of truth, remember. So whatever it is for you, you've left something behind and you're now moving towards something so much greater with that abundance card. Alrighty, so we have the Two of Swords. There is a decision need to be made. You've got the Judgment card here. This is all coming around again. I feel like we've gone full circle with something, but this time things are going to be very different. The Two of Swords talks about a decision that needs to be made, that may be a difficult decision here, and it's got something to do with your past with the Judgment card. So what I'm feeling here is you may have come to terms with something in your past. You may have accepted that it was the way it was. You may have moved forward thinking that that was all done and dusted. Well, it isn't, because something was not completed the last time around. Something is still outstanding here. So I feel here I need to say to you, if you've done the work, if you have healed everything within you and you're still you're moving forward with no animosity. You've let go, forgiveness. You've released. You are approaching your world with all of that energy behind you, and you truly have done your Five of Cups energy here. You've left it all behind. You're standing in your truth. Then there is something here from your past that was never resolved that now needs going back to, because something was incomplete, and now you're in the energy of needing to complete that with the Nine of Pentacles. So when you're in this beautiful energy here, Nine of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, the universe is saying to you now, you are ready to finalize something that wasn't completed before. You weren't ready before. So something still lingers in your past that needs to be addressed, healed, given forgiveness, whatever it was. But you've done what you needed to do to get to the point now where you have to make a decision to return to your past and complete something. Feel like something's coming at you very fast too. Okay, so we have here the Hermit card. Oh, rest up, dear souls. Something is coming. All right, so we have the Queen of Wands coming through with the Queen of Pentacles. That's really interesting energy. I feel like here with this Hermit card, you may be going inside to make some sort of decision about something that you need to address that you left behind a long time ago. I feel like it's being raised for you here. And it's almost like, with this Judgment card, it sort of makes me feel like you have one more test, then you pass go. And it sort of makes me feel with the Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles energy, that there is an energy here of don't forget who you are, but stay grounded in that. Stay grounded and comfortable with where you are. Don't go back to the old habits. Don't go back to the old way of being. Don't revisit that. You need to stay within this energy here in the Hermit mode. So it's sort of like they're saying, don't forget who you've become. Because sometimes when we have those devil energies, for example, say you've come to terms with some sort of addiction. Let's take alcohol, for example. And then something happens where you become very low and you become very sad about something, and then you want to go back to the old addiction. So I know I was a smoker for many, many years, and you know, I gave it up like I think 4 times for 3 years. And there would come a time when something would get me so deeply I just wouldn't give 2 hoots, and I'd go back and have a cigarette. And then of course I'd be really regretful, remorseful, unhappy with myself. It's been like 25, 26 years now since I smoked. So I sort of feel like here, this is the energy I'm getting. Stand in your power here. Don't forget who you are. Stay grounded, because you're about to come into some sort of test here to see whether you can stay in this energy. Something has to be resolved from the past, but you have to stay true to yourself here. All right, so we have the Page of Cups with the 2 of Pentacles. I feel like for some of you, 8 of Wands coming through. This may be a revisit to something from your past that left you very confused, disoriented, maybe upset, angry, whatever. And I feel like you've worked really hard to rid yourself of the emotions here, and you've got yourself into this beautiful grounded energy. But you see, I see you getting your passion back here. So it's like you started to move on and leave the past behind you. And I feel like here's some sort of communication is coming in that's got you questioning here what you want to have in your life and how to address it. But it's like the universe is saying here, the only way this is going to work for you to bring in your abundance is about you remembering now who you are. You cannot go back to that devil energy. Because if you go back to the devil energy, you have taken yourself back to where you were before you did all the work. And I feel here that there's sort of like a word of caution. Death becomes her. And now a warning. It really is that sort of energy. Where you don't want to slip back into something. There's definitely communication coming in. I would say with the Page of Cups, you could be getting an offer of love from somebody in the past. But this time around, you can't do it from the old energy, because you've learned so much in the meantime that if you go back to that old energy, you're going to forget here who you are, and you won't receive it in the way that it's meant to be. There's something very abundant in this gift here, but in order to accept, you've got to stand in your truth, stay grounded, but not forget, with this Queen of Wands energy, who you were meant to be. Okay, so we have the Page of Pentacles coming through. So I feel this is a gift from the universe entirely here. There is abundance coming your way, and it's coming quick and fast here. There is completion of a past energy that you have done, and you've got into victory here from doing that. So you've achieved something really amazing through the work you've done. What I see here is there's some sort of decision about something in your past. The Nine of Pentacles energy and Ace of Swords energy is very much the energy of stand your ground, stand for what you are. Maybe, you know, for example, if you've worked through codependency and you understand what codependency is now, and you may have moved on, trying to sort of move on with your life, really understanding how that codependency affected you. Now, sometimes people say to me with the codependency, they get mixed up with dependency. I hear people saying, you know, all relationships are codependent. Actually, they're not. They may be dependent, they may even be interdependent, but codependency is really unhealthy. That's where you put someone else's needs above your own. So you put them on a pedestal, you feel that they're so much better than you, and you act accordingly. It's a very toxic relationship. It is one that happens often between a narcissist and an empath, just to give you an idea. So it can be very, very toxic. So you may have done all the work to get yourself clean of that. And I feel that you've sort of stepped into your truth. You're understanding who you are at a very good level here. But what I feel here is something is happening, and you're preparing for this. And Spirit is saying to you, stay true to this Ace of Swords, Nine of Pentacles energy. You need to stay grounded. You need to remember who you are. But be ready here with the Hermit card, because something is coming towards you that is like the final test of Hercules. And it's going down. There's communication and a love offer coming towards you here. So if this is somebody from your past, maybe you have to recognize your energy around codependency, for example. You can't go back into the old energy, otherwise you've defeated the purpose of this. So the Eight of Wands tells me there's communication coming in. The Lovers card is here, so somebody's definitely coming back in with the Star card and the Seven of Wands. Stand your ground. Whatever this is, it was meant to come back in this time. You're being challenged with something here. The universe is trying to work out whether you've got past something. You could be dealing with somebody from your past who is still in the old energy. You could be dealing with somebody in your past who's done all the work and is in the good energy, but you've got to work this out for yourself. The Lovers card tells me you have a strong past connection here that needs to be resolved. The Star card tells me it is part of your destiny. The Seven of Wands is stay true, stand fast, hold space. You're doing something from a completely different perspective now, because you've learned what you've learned, and it's a test for you. Oops, and there it is, seduction. Ooh, yeah, exactly. Will you be seduced by this? Maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's not. Maybe for some of you it is, and some of you it's not. You'll definitely find out whether you've done your healing or not here. You will definitely realise how much that Ace of Swords has changed you. This beautiful bed is the place where someone greeted their unspoken desire and where they will meet their end. It is the place to which so many of you are drawn, even when you know the outcome may be dangerous. This card comes to you now to warn you, empower you, and ask you to heed. The one who knows what it is you want has a plan for you, and that plan involves their own satisfaction. There is one about you who understands very deeply what people desire, and most especially what you desire. It is not simple and crass as sexual satisfaction, or a kind of food, or even a job or status in life you are being offered. It is the deep feeling that you are understood, accepted, and desired for who you are. But it is a truth that this person who is now seducing you is doing so with every kind of ability to stifle and inhibit your life force. This is not to say that you must look about you now with suspicion of all people. You must simply become aware of your desires and your vulnerabilities. This card is a call to self-knowledge, to understand that when you are being called to the beautiful bed, you may be drained and you may even die to a part of yourself. For you will come to know that the love that has been offered to you has been for the satisfaction of another. If you do go to the bed of the vampire, you will leave a part of yourself there. Someone about you is ready to seduce you. If you choose to be seduced, they will have what they want and you will lose more than you know. Be careful. You are now able to discern much more clearly between people who are healthy for you and the people who would do well to avoid. You are no longer feeling guilty for saying no to attractive advances. You know, sometimes I pull a card out from the deck and I'll say to you time and time again, I have so much to say thank you for in terms of the spiritual work I do. And sometimes when a card comes out like that and it is so relevant to the reading, I am totally in awe of spirit. They are so incredibly good about how they bring things through to you. I said breathe things through to you there. So I will leave you that. It was the most perfect card to get for that reading. Whatever this is coming towards you, Spirit is asking, do you want to step backwards or do you want to go forwards? 21:21 on the clock. Thank you.